welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney and my channel is all about my cross-stitch adventure as well as my other crafting endeavors. In today's video, I've got a bunch of cross-stitch updates, some crochet, lots of books that I've been reading, and a little bit of life update because the last time I filmed was the very end of July, so this is all of August and the first week of September. And if you have been here before, you know that I work in theater and I like to start my videos out with a little theater fun fact. So I figured today we wouldn't focus on a specific show, but more of Broadway in general. So everyone says, oh, Broadway shows this, Broadway shows that, but what constitutes a Broadway show? So what constitutes a Broadway show is whether or not it has been performed in a Broadway theater. And what is a Broadway theater? So what constitutes a Broadway theater is it has to be 500 seats or more. And it is between 42nd Street and 52nd Street in Manhattan. And almost all of them are at least one block, maybe two, from the street Broadway. There is one exception to this, and this is Lincoln Center, which is on 65th. But that constitutes a Broadway theater, either between 42nd and 52nd Street, and at least like one or two blocks from the street Broadway. Here is a couple of like cool pictures that I found to go along with this. And there are currently 41 theaters that qualify as a Broadway theater. The smallest is the Hayes Theater, which seats 597. And the largest is the Gershwin Theater, which Wicked has been in for many, many years now, which is 1,933 seats. And there is a total of 10 theater owners. So 10 companies or people, a lot of them are companies like the Schubert Organization and the Nederlanders. They are the ones who own these theaters. So there is only 10 owners of a total of 41 theaters, which is kind of insane, but there you go. There is your theater fun fact. So on to the cross stitching. So I have a total of 5 projects to show to you today. In the month and a half since I've been here, I have stitched a total of 12 days, and that is 4,633-ish stitches. There's one project that I don't count stitches on, so it's more than that. As you can see, I've had a lot of life happening, so not a lot of stitching time, but still a good amount of stitching in that time, I think. And so yeah, we'll move on to my first project. So my first project is Monty Python's Spamalot. So this is my own design. As you can tell, I have very little left on this. All I have to do is finish filling in the S and the P. I was working on this while we were driving down to a family vacation in Myrtle Beach, and I ran out of the yellow. I do have a little bit of back stitching that I put in this, just to kind of help differentiate between some of those words that are, some of the letters that are attached. If I have a picture from what it looks like the last time I showed you, I will put it on the screen, but I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so this is Monty Python's Spamalot, and my fun fact from my last video was about Monty Python, I believe. Go check that video out if you want a little fun fact about it. But yeah, so once this is done, I will take and put it up on my Etsy shop. So that's number 1. Alright, next up, if you've been here before, you know this project bag. This is The Mad Tea Party by Bella Filipina. I do believe I have a picture from the last time you saw it. I'll put it there, as well as what it will look like done. And this is where I am at now. So not a ton of work done on it, but still just a little bit. I am in love with this project. It is truly one of my like favorite projects so far, even though I haven't really worked a ton on it. She's gorgeous, and I need to keep working on her. I did run out of the cry neck because I only got one spool of it, but another one should be coming when it gets back in stock, hopefully. But yeah, so this is on a 16 count Sandbar on a 16 count Sandbar by Under the Sea Fabrics. And then this is just a grand guard that I made. So there she is. I honestly don't 100% remember what I worked on since my last video. All I know is I definitely had a hanging thread the last time. I was like in the middle of a stitch, so I definitely finished that. Alright, next, you've also seen this if you've here before. This is one of my only goals that I've set for myself. This is the Princess Polaroids from Abbie Suit Designs, which unfortunately you cannot get anymore. So this is the whole piece. So what I have done since you last saw it was I added in Mulan. And I will put what it will look like when it is completely done. And I am halfway through the princesses. So my goal for this is that I have one princess done every single video that I film. So far, I've been able to keep that up. My very lofty goal, which I do not think will happen, is to get this done by the end of the year. But I don't think that's going to happen. But yeah, I love this project so much. She's gorgeous. This is on a 14 count printed pink and lilac from Pudding Lane Crafts. I believe that's on Etsy. Yeah, there she is. I love this so much. I started this very early on in my cross-stitching journey, and so you can tell I got a lot of margin there and not so much on the other sides. It was also the first time I used a scroll frame too, so that was fun, and I definitely learned a lot with that, and I think that's why the margins are so wonky, because I measured it and like double checked it before I started, but then I think I started in the wrong spot. So there's that. Next up is the 12 monthly minis from Primrose Cottage, and this is the August. I think it's so pretty. I did this all on the car ride back from Myrtle Beach. I think it doesn't really matter which direction it goes, it's all the same. I love these so much. So August, July, June, February, March, April, May. I have ideas for what I want to do when I'm done with this. Oh, this is on a 16 count vintage country mocha from Zweigart. I'm thinking I want to get one of those frames that you can just like change easily, so I'll change these out every month. That's the idea. Who knows? I started this in February because in January I didn't have everything I needed. So this will be done in January of next year. Because I'm trying to do them each in the month that it is. So I still have to do September, obviously, since all you saw was August. Alright, next we have another one of my designs. And this is Misery, a play based on the novel by Stephen King. And so just been filling in the letters. So this one's almost done. This will also be up on my Etsy shop, which is always linked down below, once it is complete. Oh, I also have to double check that I have another skein of this red. I think I'm using 349. And then Spamalot uses 606. But yeah, so this is Misery. And both the Misery and Spamalot are living in the same bag. And Misery and Spamalot are both shows that I have worked on at the same theater. They're so much fun. I really enjoyed it. And Misery is what got me into reading Stephen King books, which I will get to in a little bit. Hi! What are you doing? Hi, come here. Come here. You're gonna come sit in my lap. Oh, yes. Hi. Yes, we're gonna take a little dog break because I love my doggos. This is Kaji. If you've been here before, you've probably seen him. Every once in a while, they'll love to just talk and talk and talk during my videos, so I'll put in a little snippet at the end. Can I have a kiss? Hey, come here. Can I have a kiss? I want you to give me a kiss. Thank you. Thank you. You're such a good boy. Can I have another one? Oh! What? Oh, we have to lick. This is Kino. He's the old man. He's my love. Don't drink my tea, please. Those are my dogs. I love them so much. They are Alaskan Cleek Eyes. Yes, I'm talking about you. And Kaji is 2. And Kino is 15. Going to be 16 this year. So yeah, those are my dogs. Alright. Moving on. So I have the tiniest bit of haul to show you. It's literally just 2 things. Kino agrees. So, both of these very much were inspired by Stephanie and Allison at Cross Stitch the Globe. Allison stitches a lot of, like, Disney stuff, and that's where I learned about the, like, Thomas Kincaid, kits that used to exist. And they also have a shopping on eBay video, which I also used to get my own little Thomas Kincaid Tinkerbell. This is the full kit, as you can tell, hasn't been opened, with everything that comes with it. I am so excited to eventually do this. It wasn't terribly expensive either, but so this is a smaller, like, just section of one of their, like, big, like, Peter Pan pieces. But yeah, so this is just called Tinkerbell. So this is it from the Disney, Dreams collection by Thomas Kincaid. And I am so excited to work on this. If you know me, I have pretty much 3 obsessions, and that is Tinkerbell, Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, and butterflies. A little bit of red pandas as well, and we'll get to that. But yeah, I love Tinkerbell with all my heart. And also very excited to stitch this. It'll be really fun. I haven't really done a, like, true full coverage before, so this will be a lot of fun. It's kind of my, like, trial into full coverage. That's how I'm seeing it as, at least. I'm thinking about, like, trying, like, parking and, like, all of that. So if you have any video suggestions or suggestions on how to work on full coverage, even though this one's a smaller one, I could probably do it my normal way. I wanna try some different ways. So yeah, let me know. if you have any suggestions. I was watching Unfinished Stitches last night, and they were talking how they do 12x12s, where they, on New Year's Eve, from noon to midnight, they start a new project, and I said, ooh, I kind of like that idea. So who knows? If I'm not doing anything on New Year's, maybe I will do a 12x12, or maybe like a 6x6. I don't know if I can start 12 new projects, but I definitely want to do something because that seems really fun. All right, back to the haul because I got distracted. All right, so this next piece of haul is 100% from Stephanie's Etsy shop, Cross Stitch the Globe, the same as their YouTube name. And this is Life is a Song from Stony Creek Collection. I'm just going to cover this because this was somebody's address up there. And as we are well aware now, I love music, I love theater, I love everything to do with that, and I saw this. Actually, I saw a different one first, and I said, oh, I like that. Then I came across this one, and I absolutely fell in love with it, and I said, I will stitch all but I think 2 of them. So here is the full page spread. So if you don't, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, yeah. So if you don't know, Stephanie runs a, like, de-stash / like, antique reselling old patterns and whatnot stuff from her Etsy shop. So this is that. Let's see. We'll move a little closer for a second. I love the treble clef. And I probably, no, and the guitar. And then you have the violin, which I will definitely stitch. I think that's another view of the same guitar, just bigger. The cello. This is probably the only one, like, the only one I won't stitch, just because I don't really want people. What is this one? Oh, the French horn. The harp, which I might not stitch this one either. The flute. Another look at the violin. I am so excited about this. These are so cute, and I can't wait to work on them. There is a chance that I might not stitch the hummingbird with the treble clef, but who knows? When I get there, I will show you all. So yeah, that was all of my haul. That was also all of my cross stitching for this video. So if you want to stick around, I've got a little bit of crochet, I've got a lot of books, and I got a lot of life. If you want to stick around, hear more about what I have been up to for this last month and a half. If not, I completely understand. Thank you so much for sticking around and listening to what I have to say and seeing me on my journey. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think of my projects. If you have any suggestions on full coverage, I would love to hear it. So let's move on to the crochet now. So I have one project to show you. And if you've been here before, you'll have known this project. It's been on my hook for a very long time now, but it's finally gotten a ton of progress. So this is my Milani cardigan. I'll link to my Ravelry page down below. But she is connected, and we've got a bottom ribbing, So all that's left is to finish, as the yarn is pulling a little, all that's left is to finish the ribbing along the edge here, which is going to take me quite a long time. I've been very slowly working on it. I worked on it, actually I finished all of the bottom ribbing on vacation, and then I started this, the like collar ribbing, this last week. The pattern calls for you to like crochet the ribbing and then take and attach it. I don't want to do that. I had enough sewing as it was, sewing this together. So I am crocheting it onto it, because why not? You crochet the bottom one on, so I don't know why you don't either way. So once I'm done with that, I'll add the pockets, which are optional, but I want to add pockets. And yeah, that will be my Milani cardigan. This is a Hobie yarn that I'm using. It's the one that they recommend, just in a different color in the pattern. Again, I'll list the Ravelry posting in the description box if you care to see. So then after that, I, what was it, two years ago? So last year I had crocheted myself some, like beachy cover-up pants, while I was working down in Florida, and they are so cute. They are the universal shell pants. So this is what they looked like when I had finished them last year. They're with Lion Brand's True Boo yarn. And that was the first time I'd like really like made a garment that like actually needed to fit. And I didn't realize how much it would stretch like lengthwise while I was making it. So unfortunately, while I was wearing it, it stretched way too much, and then I washed them and then they stretched even more. So I painstakingly took out the waist because they are a bottom-up construction. And so I took out the waist and I took out the amount of length that I wanted and redid it. Kind of painful, but I did it. I finished them. So here's a picture of what they looked like before I blocked it. So because I knew that they were going to stretch, I purposely made them shorter, so that when I washed them, and like I don't fully block things, I just kind of like lay them out. I don't like use the pins and all of that, and it's been fine. This is what they looked like after I washed them. So it gained the length that I needed. I was also able to give me a little bit more room around the waist. And they fit beautifully. I also have elastic thread that I'm eventually going to crochet into the waistband so that they stay up a little better and on their own. I'm also going to add that elastic to a couple other projects. I'll show you when I'm done with it. But yeah, so that was those pants, and I wore them on vacation, which was the whole reason I wanted to redo them so that I could wear them. One leg is longer than the other, but that's because the tension between one leg and the other was vastly different, and I wasn't redoing the entire pants because that took a very long time. So also while we were driving down to Myrtle Beach, I got to be a passenger princess and not have to do the driving this time, so it meant I got to do all of the crafting in the back seat, which is where I did a lot of that fill-in, and I also made a bandana out of the leftover yarn from those pants. It's called the Beginner Crochet Granny Triangle Bandana, and it's super cute. I actually gave it to family and friends that were on vacation with us, so I don't have it, so here's the picture. And yeah, it was super cute, super easy. Literally took me like 2 hours to make, and that was because I was in a car and was half paying attention. So that's all with the crochet. Next, on to books. I had a very productive reading month. I use Fable to track my reading, and I have read every single day this year. I am very proud of that fact, and my goal is to keep reading every single day this year. So here's the monthly recap from August. And those are the books that I finished in August. So let's go through them. And I think they're all finishes from August. Yeah. So first I finished the final book in the main series of the Zodiac Academy, Restless Stars. The Zodiac Academy series is from Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti, I think is how you pronounce their names. So I finished that book. I really enjoyed it. I think it gave you a really nice little buttoned up ending. It was really cute. I really loved how it ended. I will say it got to the point where I was just so over the series that I was just like, can I just be done with it, please? 9 books is a lot to read back to back to back. And I wasn't even done then. Also with all of my road tripping and driving, I finished listening to the audiobook that I was listening to in the car, which was The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux. I love Phantom of the Opera. It's the whole reason I got into theater. And the book is... It's a good book. If you enjoy older books, I would definitely give it a read if you haven't. Oh, as you can tell, a slight obsession with Phantom of the Opera as well. I forgot that those were up there, to be honest. But so I finished listening to that. That is probably the 3rd time that I've read it. So I've read it physically twice, and then the 3rd time was listening to it. So then I had read all of the other little books in the Zodiac Academy series. So I read them in this order. I read The Big Ass Party, Beyond the Veil, Origins of an Academy Bully, Live and Let Lionel, and The Awakening from the Boy's Point of View. I will start from the first one. The Big Ass Party, I thought was a good one. I thought it was really cute. Just seeing other little side things and whatnot. I thought it was really cute. Beyond the Veil, I think, is my favorite out of all of the side stories. I'm not gonna give anything away. Read the series, it'll make sense. Origins of an Academy Bully, I thought was really cute. I don't think I needed to read it. I'm glad I did though, because I really love those characters. You got to see a little bit more of their story before the whole series starts. Live and Let Lionel is basically just a collection of I think it's pretty much a collection of stories that they either had to cut out of the main series because they just didn't make sense, or expansions on things that they didn't really get to touch in the main series, and I really loved that one too. It was really good. I greatly enjoyed that one. And then The Awakening from the Boy's Point of View was the last one I read, and I enjoyed it. I don't think I needed it, but it was good to see that these boys weren't horrendous, that there is a reason that they do deserve the redemption that they get later on. I don't think that's giving anything away, to be honest. There's 9 books, so a lot happens in 9 books. But I'm also very glad that I didn't read any of those while I was reading the main series. I read them all after I was done. And yeah, I would definitely recommend the series. It's an undertaking. If you are going to read every single book, it is an undertaking. I started reading them back in... I was on tour with A Taste of Ireland after I'd finished Fourth Wing, the series. So I think it was back in like March or April when I started reading the series, and it is now the beginning of September. I finished them in August. I finished The Awakening from the Boy's Point of View while I was in Myrtle Beach. So like it took me a while, and I read fast, and I read a lot. And then I've read a little bit of Interview with a Vampire. Just a little bit of it. It's kind of got put on the back burner, unfortunately, but I'm really enjoying it. I can't wait to get back to it. And then while on vacation, I started Mr. Mercedes, which is right here, which currently has my book cover on it that I made and I sewed. I do have a playlist of all of like the like sewing tutorials that I've used, and I believe this one's in there. I don't remember if it was a video or if it was a blog post. Either way, if it's not there, reach out and I'll try to find it and share it with you. But like you just like tuck it in. There's no elastic. So I can use this on a paperback too. And I included like a built-in bookmark. So I am, what is that? Almost halfway-ish done with this book. Like I said, when I worked on Misery the play, I really loved Stephen King. Which I think is really hilarious because I used to be terrified of all things scary, but nevertheless, if you want that story, let me know and I'll tell it in one of my videos. I have now become obsessed with Stephen King. I think I showed you in my last video when I got all of those books. But I really enjoy this book. I just love Stephen King. Yeah, that's about all for that. So yeah, that is all of the reading. I have one quick little Cricut thing. I had gotten a new suitcase, because my other one, while I was on tour, the wheel broke, so, I had put, like, butterflies on that suitcase so that it's easier for me to, like, just find, and it's really easy when, you're with other people. Just be like, yeah, my suitcase is the one with the butterflies on it, because how many suitcases have butterflies on it? And that suitcase, and it's just vinyl, and then I cover it with Mod Podge. That suitcase lasted me years. Like, I think I got that suitcase in 2021. It has traveled a long time and a lot. Lasted two tours with me. Bus and truck tours. So, like, lots of going on and off, buses and stuff and planes. And the vinyl lasted really well, too. So I put the butterflies on. Here's the back and the front. It's a different suitcase. I couldn't find the one that I had before. Same brand, just different. So this one will be going on a plane for the first time in October. So I used a different Mod Podge this time. So I'm curious to see how it lasts. But yeah. So that is my Cricut. So now on to life. So I will try to be quick about this, but again, I had a lot of life that has happened in the last, like, month and a half. If I'm looking down, it's because my notes are down there. So after my last video, a couple days later, I drove to Ohio where my friend lives, and then we drove down to Nashville for her bachelorette party. We were there for 3 nights, right? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, 3 nights. So what pictures I have, I will show here. So I had made all of those fun things that I showed at the end of my last video, for her bachelorette party, and she loved them. They were really great. We went out wearing the stuff and the sashes. It was really fun. We did a Chip and Dale show, because can't have a bachelorette party without doing something like that. We did the Nashville bar bike. That was so much fun. Definitely, if you ever do any of those things, bring more drinks than you think you're going to drink. We ran out of drinks because we were all like, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're not going to drink that much. No, we wanted to drink more. And like they play like party and drinking games with you. So yeah, bring more alcohol than you think you're going to want. And bar hopping around Nashville. Can't complain too much there. When you're with 5 girls for 4 days and in the car for 6 hours one way and 6 hours back, there's a little bit of drama, but we all had fun. That's what matters. And my friend who's the bride had fun, and that is what really matters, is her having fun at her bachelorette party. So I got home from that, and literally the next 2 days later, I left for New Hampshire to go visit my best friend and her daughter. We did a lot of fun stuff, including going to Fan Expo in Boston, which is my technically 3rd con, but like 2nd real like Comic-Con type of con. And we all dressed as Sesame Street characters, and I was Abbie, because my best friend's daughter is obsessed with Sesame Street. While I was there, I literally read the exact same book every single night. It was a Sesame Street book. It was really cute. She's really cute. And yeah, we went to Chuck E. Cheese, because why not? Throwback to the little like nostalgia of Chuck E. Cheese. And then they have a little like ball pit at their house, and I sat in it with a glass of wine. Her daughter was already asleep. She's 1, so like she wouldn't have known any better. But just having some fun late at night, why not? And then when I got home the following weekend, took like a little trip to the zoo. My dad's work had like a zoo day where it was all like the company picnic or whatever. So I got to see the red panda there, which the first time we passed the red panda enclosure, she wasn't out. And so right before we left, I was like, can we go again? And she was out, so I was very excited, and apparently she just had a baby, so, we didn't see the baby, just the mama. So here's that picture. I also got a new laptop. It is the Asus ZenBook Duo, so it is a built-in dual screen laptop. So this is the first video I am editing on it. Same program, well, just the updated version, because apparently I had the 2018 version of my editing software on my old laptop. But I have now worked with this laptop, and life changer. Having 2 screens that I can just like whip out. Having 2 screens that I can just whip out in the middle of rehearsal if I need it. Oh my god, it's a game changer. I cannot wait to keep working with it. And like I've mentioned a couple times, we took a family vacation to Myrtle Beach. We were there for about a week. We drove down, which is when I got all of the stuff done. We did one of those inflatable obstacle courses in the water, and we had an absolute blast. Kept like jumping off and falling off, and we had a lot of fun with that. All of the kids and all of the dads went, all of the like moms stayed out and just watched us fall off of things. It was a lot of fun. They also have a Wonderworks there, so we did that. I love Wonderworks. It's so much fun. You get to see so much cool stuff. We did the zip line at Wonderworks. We did a ropes course. The resort we were at had a lazy river, so we got to just float around the lazy river, which was really fun. We also went to the beach once, and it was good weather. It was really great weather the whole week. And while like just after we had left the beach, apparently there was a shark sighting right where we were, which was fine. Like we got out of the water when we saw like fish jumping out of the water and like swimming past us in like giant schools. You know, you just gotta be smart about it. But it was really great. We had a really fun time. I got the shirt that I'm wearing now, which is from Del Sol, so it changes colors in the sun, so like all of the like white spots inside like the South Carolina like logo will like change colors. I love Del Sol. The first time I found them was in San Diego. So they also make like nail polish. This is not it. This is nail polish I got before going on vacation. And yeah, so it was really fun. And then last week I spent the week at one of my favorite theaters, working on a new work for a staged reading. And yeah, so that was really fun. That's my third year back at the festival. I love working on new works. That's how we get Broadway shows. That's how we get these new shows, is by workshops and stage readings. So if you live in an area where there is a new works festival or stage readings, like go see them. It is very important to support these new works. That's how we get new theater. So yeah, it's a really special thing, and like you get to say, hey, I saw that before it became big. And yeah. So, or in my case, I got to work on it. Yeah. So I think that's everything. I think this is going to be an actually shorter video. So, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you sticking around, seeing what I have to say, taking the time out of your day to listen to me blabber on about crafting, because I love it, and I think it's so important to have something that you love. And I use my channel more as a way for me to be able to go back and look at kind of what was going on in my life, and my like adventure, like I start my video of my cross stitching. So yeah, I love if you could leave me a like, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. I love interacting with you guys, and if you have any questions, let me know. Always feel free to reach out on any of the social media. They're all listed down below. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.